Hello guys and welcome back to the last online math lesson from MIS. This is Miss Maryam and this video is about long division. If you don't know how to add zeros in long division, or you don't know how to deal with the answer when it must contain a decimal point, or you don't know how to deal with the repeating decimals, or you don't know how to play guess my number, then keep watching. The first thing that we're going to start with is when to add zeros in long division. But before we start, it's good to know some vocabs. We call this sign the division sign. The number that is written inside is called the dividend. The number that is written outside is called the divisor. And the result, or the answer, is called the quotient. And we write it here. Again, the number that you want to divide it is called the dividend. The number that you want to divide by it is called the divisor. And the result is called the quotient. Now, when to add zero in long division? You need to add zero whenever you encounter a step where the dividend that you're working on is less than the divisor. So whenever the dividend that you're working on is less than the divisor, write 0 in the quotient place. Let us get started and let us divide 714 by 7. As we said, we will start from the number in the largest place value, which is 7. What is the number? When we multiply it by 7, we get 7. What do you think? 1, right? 1 times 7 is 7. Now we need to subtract. 7 minus 7 is 0. Good. Place the next digit down, which is 1. Now 1 is less than 7, right? What do we need to do? We need to write 0 in the quotient place. And drop the next digit down, which is 4. We have 14 now. What is the number? When you multiply it by 7, you get 14. 2, right? So 2 times 7 is 14. Subtraction, 0, 0. Now, since the division ended with 2 zeros and there are no numbers to drop down, this means that the answer is 102. So 714 divided by 7 is 102. The next thing that we will see is how to divide when the answer must contain a decimal point. Let us see this question. 7,143 divided by 6. As we said, we will start with the number that is in the largest place value, or in the largest, place value, which is the 7. What is the number? When I multiply it by 6, I get 7 or almost 7. 1, right? So 1 times 6 is 6. Subtraction, 7 minus 6 is 1. Now, we need to drop the next digit down, which is 1. We have 11. What is the number? When we multiply it by 6, we get 11 or almost 11. We know that 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 is more than 11, so I cannot take it. I cannot take 2 or 12. So I'll go for 1 times 6, which is 6. And now 11 minus 6, we need to subtract, right? 11 minus 6 is 5. Drop the next digit down, which is 4. We have 54. What is the number? When we multiply it by 6, we get 54. 9, of course. 9 times 6 is 54. Subtraction, 0, 0. Drop the next digit down, which is 3. Now, 3 is less than 6, right? What do we need to do? Yes, of course, writing 0 in the decimal, in the quotient place. Since we don't have any digits to drop down and you want to end the division, we need to write a decimal point. And remember, whenever you write a decimal point, you can write as many zeros as you can. So I'll write a 0 and I'll drop it down. Now we have 30. What is the number? When I multiply it by 6, I get 30. 5, right? 5 times 6 is 30. 0, 0 is the result of the subtraction. Now, our division has reached the end, which is 0, 0, and we don't have any digits to drop down. This means that it is time to place a decimal point in the quotient. In the dividend, we added 1 0 to help us finish the division. This means that we need to add a decimal point after 1 digit in the quotient. Because we added 1 0 as a placeholder, we need to add a decimal point after 1 digit in the quotient. And the result will be 1190.5. Do you know how to escape from a never-ending division? If not, the next question will show you how to. 13 divided by 12. What do you think we need to do? Yes, we'll start working with the dividend one digit at a time. I'll start with 1. 1 is less than 12, right? One might say that we need to place a 0 in the quotient place. Yes, we can, but we usually omit this step. So I'll go for 13. What is the number? When I multiply it by 12, I get 13, or almost 13. 1, right? Yes, 1 times 12 is 12. Now, we need to subtract 13 minus 12 is 1. We need to finish the division, so place a decimal point and 0. And drop the 0 down. We have 10. 10 is less than 12. This means that we need to write 0 in the quotient place. And we'll write 0 as another 0 as a placeholder, and we will drop it down. So now we have 100. What is the number? When we multiply it by 12, we get 100 or almost 100. What do you think? We know that 8 times 12 is 96. Shall we try 9 times 12? Okay, 9 times 12 means add another 12 to 96. When we add another 12 to 96, it is obvious that it will exceed 100, right? That's why we cannot go for 9 times 12. We will take 8 times 12. And the answer is 96. Now we need to subtract 96 from 100. 100 minus 96 is 4. What do you think we need to do? Write another 0 and drop it down. We have 40 now. What is the number? When we multiply by 12, we get 40. 3, right? 3 times 12 is 36. 4 times 12 is more than 40. That's why we cannot go for 4. So I'll write 3 in the quotient place. And 3 times 12 is 36. It's time to subtract. 40 minus 36 is equal to 4. There is a pattern, right? I have 4 here, and the result of subtraction is 4. But let us write another 0 and drop it down and see what will happen. We will have 40 again. What is the number? When we multiply by 12, we get 40. What do you think? 3, of course. 3 times 12 is 36. Subtraction, 4 again. Do you think that we need to write another 0 and drop it down? It seems that this process will never end, right? What do you need to do? The thing is that you need to stop right here because there's a pattern. The pattern is that you'll have 40, 36, and 3 in the quotient place and another 40 and 36. This thing will never end. So we added 4 zeros as a placeholder, right? This means that we need to write the answer we need to write the decimal point in the quotient after 4 decimal places. So the answer will be 1.0833. But this division will never end. This means that it is 1.083333333. Goes to infinity. Of course, we'll not write it like this, right? There must be another way to write such a number. The way says that you see the first repeating digit, write a small line at the top of it, and lose the rest of the repeating digits. So the answer will be 1.083 with this bar. It's your turn now. Find the quotient to 3,972 divided by 11. Do you know how to play Guess My Number? If not, let us see this question. Rula is playing Guess My Number. Rula says, if I multiply my number by 4, then divide the answer by 3, then subtract 0.3, I get 0.5. Can you guess Rula's number? Well, it seems kind of complicated, right? No. To solve such a thing, or to solve such a question, we will start by listing Rula's procedures. So Rula started with a number, right? She multiplied it by 4. And then she divided the answer by 3. And then she subtracted 0.3. And she got 0.5, right? What we will do is we will do the opposite of Rula's operations, starting from the last thing. She subtracted 0.3, we will add 0.3. She divided by 3, we will multiply by 3. She multiplied by 4, we will divide by 4. Let us get started. 0.5 plus 0.3 is equal to what? To solve it, you need to place decimal points at the top of each other. And then add 5 plus 3 is 8 and 0 plus 0 is 0. So 0.5 plus 0.3 is 0.8. Now Rula divided by 3. We will multiply by 3. 0.8 times 3 is equal to what? Ignore the decimal point. 8 times 3 is equal to 24. 0.8 have one decimal place. This means that the answer must have one decimal place, and the answer will be 2.4. If you feel that you don't understand this step, I'll refer you back to a mental and log multiplication video. So now, Rula's answer till now is 2.4. Rula multiplied by 4. We need to divide by 4. 2.4 divided by 4 is equal to what? Ignore the decimal point. 24 divided by 4 is 6. 2.4 have one decimal place. This means that the answer must have one decimal place. So the answer will be 0.6. And this means that Rula's number is 0.6. Do you want to check? Okay. 0.6. Rula multiplied her number by 4. So 0.6 times 4 is 2.4. Rula then divided by 3. 2.4 divided by 3 is 0.8. And finally, Rula subtracted 0.3. 0.8 minus 0.3 is equal to 0.5. So yes, Rula's number is 0.6. Sixth graders, our journey has ended. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and take care.